you played it with a beating.
I have to talk faster.
Mic check, mic check. I think my mic is checked out. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hustle. Let's get ready to hustle and get ourselves that chicken dinner. It's your boy Priest, and I'm here with Fire, double team, tag team champions. You know, esports casting all across this region. Stop playing, stop playing. 10 and 80 bringing you guys the action this Sunday night. And Fire, how you feeling? You know, it's time to hustle. What are you saying? What are you saying, bro?
Man, I'm feeling super excited. I think it's going to be a really, really interesting scrims. I mean, although it's just going to be scrims, I think teams are going to be very aggressive. So, I mean, without further ado, let's just get into the game quickly and just see what these guys are up to, man.
Yeah, I'm just, it's been a while. I've been since the NPL, 1080 hasn't. This is the first, PUBG mobile activity since the Nigerian Pro League season 6 came to an end. We saw the LAN finale was amazing and all of that. So now the teams are back. The hustle continues. Like we said, the hustle continues. It doesn't stop for professional esports players. And we're talking about speaking about professional esports players. Now we have the PMCO coming up, and now most of these teams, some of the teams that we're already seeing here right now are getting themselves geared up for some of that PMCO activity, the breakout scene. If you're trying to get, into competitive PUBG mobile gameplay, the PMCO is where your journey begins.
And I think it's going to be super interesting because I think to myself that Nigerian teams are finally going to be able to break into that scene. Although there's some things that I'm not too, I'm worried about when it comes to the rules. But regardless, I mean, there's nothing we can do about that. All we have to do is just, I mean, I don't know. It's crazy the rules that are being set right now. I mean, there's no better word than than that, but I mean, we just have to bear and tolerate and just see if things will improve. But regardless, it's still an opportunity to get into the scene, and I think that's the most important thing, I guess. So whatever the case, man, at least if we can get one or two Nigerian teams that goes up, that will be great because they've really worked hard this past year.
Yeah, I can't even deny that, most Nigerian teams have worked really, really hard. The likes of 1011, Active Gaming, the Invincibles, so many teams have risen to the, to the top, to the upper echelon of, PUBG mobile competitive scene. So they should be rewarded for their efforts. But again, and Apex as well, and again, speaking of the rules of the PMCO, I'm not even certain, how this tallies in, because before, from the PMCO, you get into the PMPL straight up, no questions asked, no stress, but now you have to do the PMCO, you have to do the PMNC, and then you can now talk about the PMPL, and it's not even a certainty. Before, the PMCO was just top PMCO teams and bottom tier PMPL teams hash it out. You keep your slot. If you perform, you keep your slot. If you don't perform, you get relegated. And you join in the dredges of playing the PMCO all over again. If you were a PMPL team before, and if you're a PMCO team, if you make it in, and take out those those existing PMPL teams, you find yourself inside of the PMPL. That is how you progress. But now they've made it a whole year long process, and I'm not sure I like this setting. I'm not sure I like it.
I think that if Nigerian teams are going to keep on being resilient, they will make it eventually. It's a lot tougher. I don't like it either. The one thing I don't like the most is that PMPL teams can compete among these lower ranks. Now, if you're a PMPL team, you are a PMPL team. They do have two splits to play. So I think that should be their thing. They should be able to just play and compete in their region. Now, there's also this rule saying, okay, look, they can compete in PMCO, but at the end of the day, they don't qualify. So what's the point? So they can compete for money, take money away from the lower teams who are trying to come up, and then at the end of the day, except I'm getting the rules entirely wrong, but for me, in any circumstance, if we were to debate this, I would say it just doesn't make sense. So at the end of the day, we get a lobby. Let's say, for example, we get a lobby, right? It's top 20 teams, and the top 10 teams are PMPL teams, right? Because they're the better teams. And then they take all the money, but then they don't qualify. It's the bottom guys who get to qualify. I don't know. For me, it just doesn't seem fair. But anyway, speaking about fair, we already have seen a little bit of action. It does look like one of the players from Apex has gotten taken down, courtesy of Funcho. What squad is TR again, by the way?
Yeah, this is a Team Ruthless.
Team Rootless.
One of the
Okay.
better teams. Yeah, one of the better teams. I've seen them perform in several tournaments. Actually, very very solid team. I might add, very very solid, very nice team. They're very consistent overall. But
Mm.
um, based off of the entirety of the PMC that we're just talking about, I feel this whole setup we'll call it hustling backwards. PUBG Mobile just hustling backwards with that one, but it is what it is. Hopefully they wake up from their slumber and amend the rules. I mean, I see no reason why these two tiers should be clashing when money is involved. It doesn't just It's just hustling backwards. But the crash is on here in the gas station as Del Flamingo is trying to rotate around the corners. So that's a beautiful position he's got for himself there. And the sprays continue. He's going to get knocked off. Meloria sent back into the lobby. Beautiful spray from that corner, right side, looking very crazy. Pulls out the vehicle back into the lobby. He goes as well. Ruthless, getting
Whoa.
Ruthless straight up. 3 eliminations for them. Easy pickings there. Slime on the left side, trying to rotate through the corners and find a position for himself. And now 33-10, starting to cook. Spray is good, but the grenade
Oh
from
my
Ruthless.
goodness. Ah, damn, damn, damn. That was something. That was something. That was just that was just absolute madness. That was just wickedness, man. That was just wickedness. So someone says Jihad says not imagine registering for screams and not seeing codes. Okay, someone says not organizer. Okay, okay. So obviously he's talking about codes or something like that. Okay. Sorry about that. If you weren't able to see codes, I do really apologize for that. Anyways, we're beginning to get into the action again, and it is the guys from Volt who have now pulled into the vicinity. They've taken Flamingo now and gotten the confirmation right there. So now they've reduced the deficit to a 2v4 situation. You can see Nomi trying to pop out them shots. He's still got his teammate Funcho not too far away from him, but Angelo is pushing quite aggressive into this region. Will they be able to drop Angelo down? You can see Nomi does his work, and he does it quite well as he's able to get that elimination confirmed. And he now turns his sight onto Crux right here, Priest.
Beautiful touch coming in from Nomi. Grenade is good over the top. Expose himself a little bit too much there. The shots will connect, but a grenade and a Molotov cocktail after. Nothing too nicely. Volt is doing good, holding off this position. Fucho on the back end, trying to keep his teammate alive. Nomi is just doing a fantastic job of holding his piece on all the way across there. The knock is fantastic, and the confirmation will follow through. Volt now down to 1 player, unfortunately, and they do have only 1 elimination. Again, Fire, most of the teams are playing around this area, and that tells you that military base is in play. When a lot of the times where you see engagements happening in this part of the circle or this part of the map, you can tell that military base is in play. These players are having military base ideas. They're trying to get into military base, and now some people are trying to gatekeep, keep people away. Is a strategy as old as time. When military base is within touch, some people just like to hang around those parts.
All right. Speaking about military base being in touch, we can now see that other teams are now beginning to pull up into this vicinity. There's Cloud and the boys from First Actics are already beginning to make the rotations around this regions. You can see that they want to cross all the way into that position in military base. If we just take a look at the map, and we can see that that area is currently heavily clustered with a whole bunch of teams trying as much as possible to see if they can make it in. You can see those shots now beginning to fly from Nomi as he's taking on the shots onto Slick. He's not able to get that final knock. He does a little bit of damage, but now they will be repositioning into that position in the bridge. Maybe this does work out for them. We'll see how it continues to flow.
Yes, sir. The flow is what we are trying to keep an eye on. Ooh, Ped trying to pull up a quick one there, but unfortunately he got slapped up. And back into the lobby he goes, down to 11 teams now. First Arctics, Dolly, and the rest of them just enjoying the outskirts position, just not too far away from that bridge port. Now they're trying to hold it own against the guys from, I believe, a couple of teams on that northern side, trying to breach from that position. opportunity for an engagement to happen here. The teammates are trying to circle through there. Esports in serious trouble. Him is not feeling so him-ish right now. He's been knocked away just behind his buggy. Active Gaming about to rain hell onto this entire team so far. And it's looking like Nexus will get the confirmation shot he does. Him will be hemming himself back into the lobby, shimmying away. And Active Gaming up 2 eliminations for themselves.
Oh, good. I'm definitely going to clip that. Anyways, I'm sure someone's going to clip that. Anyways, amazing stuff coming through from Active Gaming right there as they do take out 2 players from their esports. Him and Dami have been sent back into the lobby, and quite some lovely early action that we've seen so far on the map. Speaking about the map, let's just quickly take a look and see where everyone is currently situated. You can see them moving all the way towards that position at military. Hanging around that bridge are the boys from Cloud and UA, and also First Actics. You can see them just, trying as much as possible to see if they can begin to make the rotations. But Pintois is now feeling the hurt as he's tagged up to pretty much 10% HP. And it's quite a really tough one for him and Anez, as they will be looking to see if they can cross over.
Yeah, crossing over, like it's the 31st of December. That's the idea right here. They're trying to cross over into the other side of this map, and it's going to take them a little more than I could work through, because Active Gaming getting singed through here, but we could only speak too soon as back into the lobby Apex will go. They could not breach the gates. That is Active Gaming Nexus, and Baski keeping it all a buck. 6 eliminations for Active Gaming, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you love to see. Don't forget, the top 4 teams here will get themselves a slot into the final game. That will be in Livik. And now the action continues here as Baski still trying to get picked up, finally gets picked up. And now Active Gaming resume their terror onto the rest of this entire lobby. They're still outside of the play zone, 800 meters or more. They will have to move, but not too soon, not just yet.
Yeah, there's still a lot of action that is still brewing around all the way in that southeastern region, where the boys from First Actics and the boys from Cloud are currently hanging around. It has been quite an interesting one, but that zone is now beginning to make that shift all the way towards that center circle. There is some amazing action that's going down as the boys from RFE are now beginning to feel the heat coming in for the boys from Fugitive Esports. As you can see them getting that elimination. Wait, is that Fugitives? I'm guessing that it is.
Yeah,
it
is.
A lot of new names.
They're back in. They're back in the mix there. But bad boy, and the rest of his teammates there will be swept clean off by Fugitive Esports. Fugitive have picked up the pace now, starting to cook teams left, right, and center. QWERTY doing a fantastic job. They're up 4 eliminations. I think they went back, did a little bit of soul searching, and now they're back to claim a big spot for themselves inside of this scene, inside of this region for the foreseeable future. They're looking very strong right now, so they are enjoying themselves and taking it one step at a time. I believe Cloud is another new team I'm not seeing too much action from. You can see a couple of familiar names like Pintua, Happy and Ness.
Yeah, OG.
Ness is here now.
I mean, you can say he's pretty much an OG right now, I guess. He's been in the community.
For me, it's giving Peachy. It's giving Peachy vibes. I don't say the laugh.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But I don't think so. Actually, I don't think so. I don't think it's really the same. I don't think it's really the same. But it's low budget. Let's just say low budget. Yeah.
Still a low budget. Okay,
low budget. Yeah.
Now you talk about no.
Yeah. No. When I mean low budget.
Get your number.
No. Okay. So I'm not talking from a skill perspective. I'm talking from the other thing. The other thing that makes
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. That's what I'm saying.
Not
That he has a number now.
Not the skill.
Ooh. First Arctic's in trouble
Don't
though. You
come for
see,
me. Don't come for
first,
me. Don't come for me.
you guys come for him. Come for him. Pause. Pause. Hold on. Hold on.
Wait, I'm actually looking for first Arctics and trying to see where they're at, but it looks like
Yeah, I
they
think
do
they're on
have.
the southern side of that bridge. I think on the bridge
Yeah.
area. The other bridge side against the guy. I think they're fighting against the guys from Team Ruthless. Saw a couple
Okay.
of bullets spray across, and someone got knocked away there. So it's about to be very, very tricky. Active Gaming on the bridge as well, and had to go toe to toe with the
Mm.
guys from Fugitive Esports QWERTY, looking towards the north, just to see if we can do something about that. And here's an opportunity. Wow, fantastic
Woo.
driving. You can't even lie. He missed all of his shots.
Okay. I
Ooh.
actually thought I was gonna see a knock coming
Oh,
through right there, but my goodness, what a way to
oh,
make a
that
push!
was a tasty one.
Whoa. Ooh! Okay. So you can see them now beginning to fight back. Reza is trying as much as possible to see if he can make that move. They have gotten a knock onto Nexus. He's all alone in that position. So definitely the boys from Active Gaming will be looking to see if they can take Reeses out of this position because the rest of his teammates are currently not been able to make their move. You can see Baski. I still struggle to pronounce that. With that smoke, trying to see if he can get that revive. If they get Nexus back up, then things are going to get a little bit aggressive. But you can see the full push now beginning to come through in that one. So yeah, I do think the boys from Active will be able to get that revive.
Yeah, there's a big chance for Active to get the reset, and Nexus has been picked up. They're up 7 eliminations, but there's so many bodies around them. Fugitive trying to surround them, give them too many angles, and have them confused. That is the strategy in most of these terrain plays. Having to surround your enemy from different angles, different positions to confuse them, so they will not have any idea of which side has the most players, but. Someone does get knocked away on that eastern side, and now there's a dangerous position for them to navigate through as well. Rage. And Reels now has been spotted by Razas, knocked away as well. And it might be confirmed, he will be confirmed by Razas as well. Fugitive Esports doing a fantastic job of keeping Active Gaming at bay, but it's just one player. Active still have what it takes to deal with them from this position. Again, the southern side looking very, very dangerous here, but Active have all that it takes to move through. Nexus pulling up from that western side, an opportunity for Fugitive Esports to deal with them as well. Nexus making the push with the DBS, connects his shot. Rezas again trying his best to work through. Nexus with a jump shot, connects from the right side. The DBS switches off now to the M4, sprays into the smoke, looking for the ops. And Active Gaming, all of them down on low HP except Rage. He's trying to circle back onto the northern side, holding off. Grenade is good from Nexus. Hopefully he will find something inside of that smoke, and it might be a gold mine. Beautiful grenade from Nexus. But will he do the deed though? He's low on HP. An opportunity. Rezas is still crawling, begging for mercy. But Nexus and the rest of the guys from Active are trying to seal him. Beautiful grenade from Nexus will do the job. And now Fugitive Esports will have to be on the run and will become actual fugitives from the guys from Active.
All right, so you can see the boys from Active Gaming pulling up a huge fight up against the boys from Fugitive Esports. They weren't just a walkover. They were able to take down Rylis in that position and reduce the numbers for Active Gaming down to 3. But the boys from Active Gaming starting this one quite aggressive as they've been able to get 10 of those eliminations. We've still got about 7 teams, so there's still a lot of work before they can crown themselves as champions of the game. But those eliminations certainly will be boosting them up on that leaderboard. Now, speaking about leaderboard, there's still so much to do in this particular game for them to continue to hold a position. You can see that the zone is really small. There's a lot of it within that water as well, with Soul and his teammates occupying quite a nice position. So be curious to see how this one continues to flow in this particular game. and the rest of the teams are currently inching closer. I'll just zoom in right there so you can see a couple of those teams. You can see that First Actix is already making way really close to the boys from Active Gaming. And we might see something going down between them and Active Gaming again. And it does look like they're already beginning to pull up into this location.
Yeah. So a lot of groundwork for Active here. They've got 10 eliminations. But remember, these eliminations will not mean too much if you do not make it into the top 4 in any of the games, in any of the first 3 matches we've got tonight. Nomi exposed himself a little bit too much from that corner. He does get tagged up, pops a smoke, and now he knows for a fact it is Active Gaming, and they're going to hightail and get out of this dangerous position. As Nomi continues to pop the smoke. Nexus is just around the corner. They will have to be very careful, and they know for a fact that that one was not going to work out. So we will have to reposition, find a better position to hold off the guys from Active from. Will require a lot of work for them to be able to crack into that top 4. They've been able, they're the only team I believe that has more eliminations than Active Gaming right now. They've got 11, but again, it doesn't mean anything if they will not be able to get into that top 4. Nomi still prone, gathering intel. The play zone just hot on their heels right now on that western side. There's a whole lot of time for them to cover all of their bases, but now there's an opportunity for them to woo something about that area. Solo has been knocked away again. Fire, we talk about terrain, you know, it's always going to be nice, you know, for teams that love to play around the terrain, you know, position. Active Gaming being one of those teams. You can see that from this position. Nexus gathering intel inside of the buggy because he's playing along the terrain. He's not in a compound. He's not defined to a building, and that is how some of the best players play.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see Solo and X just looking for that last player from foul play. It is Solo who will now get sent back into the lobby. Solo and X coming into this game as a duo and have managed to get themselves into that 6th position. So it would be curious to see if they can get into that top 4. They do have a lot of work to do to be able to seal this deal. But in a zone like this one, you never know how it's going to go. Now, speaking of things going quite well, you can see that Active Gaming is now beginning to get into fights with several different squads. You can see Nomi just coming down off the vehicle right there, and they do take down one of the players from Active Gaming Rage and send him back into the lobby. Sometimes this is what happens when you do have a wide spread, but Nexus pulling up onto this location will get that knock coming through, and they're able to get that finish courtesy of Baski. And we still got about 5 teams in this one. So if Funcho does get taken out, then that does mean there's confirmation time for the 4 teams. So Funcho just breathing quite uneasy as hearts are racing. They know they're just at that finish line. Who will miss out on that top 4? They've done a lot of work for it. They've gotten themselves 12 eliminations as a team between him and Nomi. They've gotten 11 of those. So it's been a lot of work, but let's see how it goes.
You know, activity will always come out on top. You know, you have to be so active, you know, and every single time you see most of these players, they do their absolute best. But again, 12 eliminations, you do have to make it into that top 4 for your eliminations to mean something. You know, as you've played as a team, they are a 3-man team, Ruthless, but the future will be the last one up for them. He's been doing a magnificent job surviving as long as he has, but there's only so much that he can do from that position. Remember now, we've got 5 teams left. Anyone who bites the dust right now will have 2 more games to make it up, but the top 4 from this match already started to cook something for themselves. So hopefully they will be able to work to get.
Yeah, absolutely. They do have a lot of work to see if they can somehow make it into that that spot in that zone. But we're already beginning to see some a knock come through as Ranex will get knocked down, and Hawkeye will be trying as much as possible to see if he can get into that position within that zone. Priest, are you back? Are you back? Hello, Priest. Get back. Okay, I'm not sure if we still have Priest here with us, but we're currently still rocking 5 squads in here. There's a lot of solos. You can see that Hawkeye is one solo player. Funcho just coming across right there. He sends on the shots onto his position, but he's able to get into the shack as quickly as he can. So it's still a very tough one, guys. We got I think we got 2 duos. Okay, I think we got 2 duos and 3 solos. Okay, left here. So Funcho is a solo. And if I just pop this up on the side so you can see. Okay, so we got wow, we got Active Gaming as a duo. We got RE as a duo. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. All right. So overall, those are the numbers that we're seeing right there. But Active Gaming now getting into some trouble of their own. They might not be getting into this top 4 situation. You can see the zone pulling up quite aggressively right there. So it's a very tough situation for them, regardless of the fact that they've gotten 11 eliminations. They might just be missing out in getting into that zone, and it's all down to this very scary moment right now. You can see Nexus trying as much as possible to see if he can make those rotations to come through and trying to avoid that situation, but the shots now flying into his position. He's sending them shots onto Hape. And it's all down to this moment right here. If he is not able to get into that zone, he may just lose out on the opportunity to get into that top 4. You can see them continue to send on them shots onto his position, and he will get sent out in 5th place. So that does mean that the boys from Active Gaming miss out on the opportunity to get into that top 4 situation, and the boys from First Actics and the rest will be the ones who get that opportunity.
Ooh, unfortunate scenes there. Nexus couldn't survive. He did get swept away there, but nothing too shabby. There's 2 more games for him to work something out. And now opportunity starts to present itself here, as you can see. Hawkeye looking forward towards the northern side. Future finally swallows a grenade from RP. And now we're down to 3 teams, 4 players in the cut. Ruthless Esports on that eastern side of Hawkeye's position. He's trying to gather as much intel as possible. He does have a little more of play zone to work with, but there's so much technicality when it comes to scenarios like this, because he's not certain if he's a 1 versus 3 that he's in, or in a 1 versus 2 versus 1 in which he's actually in. As you can see, DBS again. The DBS, every time you call, it will answer. Hawkeye, 1 for 2 there, sends Ruthless Esports ruthlessly back into the lobby. The DBS pulling up. Screw. The way they pulled up, that is how they pulled out. Back into the lobby they go. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the DBS for you, answering the call every single time. RP's being spotted. Spray into the corner. There, Hawkeye trying his best. He might just do it though, clutch the entirety of all the players left here. 1 versus 3, only him. He's the main guy right now for the guys from First Arctics.
And quite some very interesting stuff right there, because seeing that DBS performing wonders as he was able to clutch down not 1 but 2 players in that close range. Now he does have to take charge of the game and see if he can seal this one for his team and get him half out of the way and finally get that winner chicken dinner. He's been able to get 4 eliminations. He's worked really hard, not just to get into that top 4, but at the same time to get the possibility of grabbing that chicken dinner.
Yeah, chicken dinner might prove elusive for him right now, but Hawkeye, we do know how capable he is right now, and he's been having quite a game after the display that we just saw. He does have that DBS in hand right now. Unfortunately for Happy does not have the DBS. So when Hawkeye starts to call, will he answer? First Arctics versus Cloud. Again, Happy does not necessarily have the idea of where Hawkeye is trying to come in from. It's gonna take a something special here, because the grenades are starting to fly out instead from Hawkeye's position. He has made it inside of that zone, and it's all left to Harpy. Harpy now has a little bit of a tricky scenario to move inside of that play zone with. Hawkeye doesn't need to move at all. He has the play zone. All he has to do is be patient. Patience and trigger. Trigger discipline will be a virtue for Hawkeye right now, and hopefully he will come out on top with this one. But Happy might be able to have one or two tricks up his sleeve. Again, it's a 1 versus 1. That's a little bit of long range here, so it's any man's game. But he should not allow that smoke to dissipate, because if he does, he's finished. Surely.
Amazing stuff coming through right there. As you can see him trying as much as possible to see if he can create some cover for himself while trying to hold a good position in that zone. Now, Hawkeye is just hiding behind that tree, waiting for a move, just trying to see if he can spot Habe. But Habe is taking that initiative, trying to see if he can go on the offensive and somehow flush him out. Looking for a position right there as he continues to pump that smoke and cover his vicinity. But you can see that nade in the Hawkeye's hand as he's about to throw it this direction. He can probably anticipate, but he does get wrong in that spot. And now Habe might just get spotted, because this is quite an open position, and he does. And at the end of the day, it will be Hawkeye getting the winner chicken dinner. 5 eliminations to him. Quite an amazing stuff.
Hawkeye is the man, ladies and gentlemen. Hawkeye is the man, the myth, the legend, turning up for the guys from First Tactics. I think this is their best signing so far. This is absolutely the best signing so far. First Tactics doing a magnificent job. I've been enjoying how these teams have adapted, how they've gotten better, over time. And this is a big step for First Tactics signing over Hawkeye. So big shout out. That DBS came in clutch. He rose to the occasion. He did what needed to be done. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get yourself a chicken dinner as a solo player.
Yeah, quite some amazing gameplay coming through from so many different teams, but we got to say that the highlight in this game was that DBS getting that clutch against So and X. So some great stuff coming through. We still got how many games to go? How many games we still got?
We've got 3 games.
We've got 3 games. Okay, we still got 3 more games.
Yeah. Some action still brewing.
Yeah. So there's a lot to see today, guys. So don't go nowhere. Make sure you hit that like and hit that subscribe. We'll catch you guys in a couple of moments as we'll take a quick break just to get into the room, and we'll see you soon.
with a beating, beating.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the live stream. We just saw a an interesting and scintillating finish coming in from Hawkeye there, the newest signing for the guys from First Arctics, and he's already signed to pay his dues there. Chicken dinner in the bag and a top 4 finish, and that tells you an interesting story because they're going to head into the final game of tonight, one step closer to that 10 and 80 sweet merchandise. Fire, what are your thoughts? We're heading to Miramar right now. Are you excited? Are you ready? Are you pumped?
Yeah, I think from what we've seen in the first game, the teams are going to be extremely aggressive. We saw them right down to the last moment. They were gunning for those eliminations to come through. So we'll see how it goes in this one. Some teams like Active Gaming, they missed out on that top 4 just ever so slightly in that final circle, but we'll see if they can make it this time around. There's some other teams as well who will be trying to see if they can put up a better performance, like Apex. So let's join them and see how things are going to shape up in this one. All right.
Well, things will be shaping up nicely. Playing path is north to south, so I think it's going to be pretty nice on everyone. I think a little bit down the center there, so nothing too crazy, for most of these teams, but it is very nice for most of their playing paths and most of their jump locations. So again, it's going to be very, very decisive how they will hold off most of these positions. But again, the whole idea for this engagement is for players and teams to understand, flight patterns, jump potential jump locations. Fugitive Esports and Team Ruthless already going at it with the quickness, I might add. And ladies and gentlemen, the violence has already started to kick off. Fugitive, 2 players locked away. Flamingo taking the advance, switches to the Uzi, connects the shots. But now trying to spin right through, trying to spin the block right there, the left side. But he's been spotted immediately there by Razas. And back into the lobby he goes, no questions asked. And now Team Ruthless down to just 1 player. Back into the lobby he goes as well. And that one will be the quickest elimination so far.
Oh, my goodness, it just seems like we did not have any time to even react to that one as Fugitive Esports got those eliminations to come through. They took out a 2-man squad. You can see that this time around, Nomi and his teammate were not able to put up quite the same performance that they did in the last one. They were able to get themselves into that top 4 if you were not watching quite as attentively. But now in this position, Fugitive Esports still have the work cut out for them as they've got another squad around them within this vicinity. It's EXO and his boys who will be looking to see if they can take out a full squad. You can see Nasty just in that sort of like a flank. They've sort of surrounded the boys from Fugitives from several different corners. So I do envisage that if Fugitive Esports are not quite aware of their position and they do get into an open position, they might just find they might just get a scapegoat. But we'll see how that goes.
Well, being a scapegoat at this stage is going to be very, very hectic. If you are trying to work something along these lines, trying to get your team up into that top 4, trying to get into that livid game, the final game of the night. But again, the actions that you take right now will lead to a cascade of other reactions, So the main focus for most of these teams right now would be to, develop a strategy, develop a playful position that they're trying to work through. Fugitive Esports had a fantastic game in the first match. But unfortunately, they're just going to crack the code of getting into that top four. They've seen that, most of these teams that have been able to work something around these areas, around these positions, they also have a strategy that they love to adapt to, and that is what works for them. So you just have to discover, what works for you, especially when you're playing, the long game, because hustle right now is the long game. You have to hustle, very, very quickly to get something for yourself sharp sharp. Most of these teams that have already gotten into that top four, they've hustled very quickly, and that's the whole idea. Hustle sharp sharp, get that top four, and know that, okay, you are one step closer to getting yourself some of that sweet exclusive 1080 merchandise.
All right, so we'll see how it continues to build up for these teams, as we might be seeing some other action brewing between the boys from Dear Esports. And I do believe it is the boys from Mad. You can see Pharaoh now beginning to pull up into the vicinity. He's not so far away from me. And the shots are beginning to ensue. Euphoria from the corner will be sending on shots onto him, but not able to get that knock to come through. Pharaoh is also behind the building, but Euphoria goes down. Har's able to get that knock to come through, but Pharaoh is putting up quite a fight in this one, as both of them are currently on that exchange. But my goodness, Dear Esports now beginning to feel the brunt of the boys from Mad, and Dami is currently not quite close to this one. You can see that elimination finally coming through from her. We'll try not to assume the gender, but her is might be a she. Correct me if I'm wrong. As she is being tagged up into pretty much what is 1 HP right now. And it does look like the confirmation is going to come through, as me might be taken out. They're in quite a very difficult circumstance. I do believe it's a 2v2 situation right now. This is the boys from Mad came into this one with a 3-man squad, Priest.
Madness Esports. You can see Nemesis with a fantastic grenade just over the top, trying to connect to her, but their Esports know how to play this super, super defensively. Their Esports is also one of those teams that have garnered a lot of experience. They've been performing very, very nicely in most of the tournaments I've seen them in. So, for a fact, they've got a strategy. They've got something that they work with. They're trying to improve that. That's why they're here. But now Nemesis is about to be a very tricky scenario here. Okay, tries the jump shot, tries to connect the shots again, but he's gonna be spotted out onto the left-hand side, tagged up heavily again, holding off. Here comes Dammy and her doing the absolute best. The first knock is good. Second knock, will it connect? Dammy again, using in hand, phases right through. S12K tries to connect the shots, but again the drop shot is good. As Pharaoh from Madness Esports will send back into the lobby.
Oh damn! It was looking quite close for a while. It was looking like Madness Esports was gonna get taken out. It was down to that very last elimination. Pharaoh putting in the work right there, getting 3 of those eliminations. They were up against the full squad from their Esports in a 3v4 situation, and they do come out on top. Euphoria getting taken out quite early, and all the work was left to Nemesis and Pharaoh to get those eliminations to come through and keep them in this game. Still keep their hopes alive as we now turn our sights onto other teams. There's also the Invincibles who have now come into the mix. We can see Rooney not too far away off in that distance, and UA is also within this vicinity, looking to see if they can get the knocks to come through. They're third party in this position. You can see Anubis currently positioned facing the players from UA, and it might just quite a dangerous position that I'm not sure how do you pronounce this player? I know it's QW. Is it? Please.
We'll call it QWERTY now. Now
Okay,
QWERTY.
QWERTY.
What are you saying?
Okay.
Now QWERTY. Now
QWERTY.
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 Okay. Okay.
QWERTY.
My brain was thinking Ewu, but it's fine.
Don't be that guy, Fire. Don't be that guy. Don't be
I'm
that
not
guy.
saying I couldn't help myself. It was just there, you know.
Most of these players, whenever they choose their names, they tend to forget that it will be called on the stream,
Mhm.
most of the time. So, I guess it's something thing unique. So I guess they don't think about it that far along the line. Something that sounds nice to them. Hopefully they when they hear it on stream.
Mhm.
I don't know how it makes them feel, but whatever feeling they want, I hope it is what they are getting.
The worst ones for me is when we have like all those Chinese names. Those are
Yeah,
those are just the one. I'm like, okay, so what were you expecting? Like, how? Oh, okay, how do I even pronounce this now? Do I speak? Does the
you
caster
know.
speak Chinese? So I'm just gonna say the
What if
player
I
with the
say
Chinese
something
name.
illegal or
You
like
understand?
what does that even mean?
Just say, like, what does this mean? Like, or some people will use letters and like symbols. I'll be like, okay, player with the symbols. Like, what am I supposed to say to this player? And yeah, those Chinese names are the ones that confuse me. I mean, if they are known in the community, you can say, okay, I know who this person is, and then be like, yeah. But in cases where you're in a lobby where the caster doesn't know you, I'm not, like you said, I'm not sure that they think about like the fact that their names are going to be called when it comes to these situations. But regardless, anyways, we're beginning to see some action going down between Fugitive Esports and the boys from UA. They've already gotten that entry knock. I mean, what have you got to say about UA? I mean, they've been in and out of competitions lately. You think they've been taking a break, sort of like just restructuring?
Yeah, I mean the Clatter of Clans is coming up soon. I think registration opened in a couple
Mm.
of days, so I think we'll be seeing a lot of from them rather in that regard. I think yeah they've been doing a little bit of restructuring, recruiting some new players. I saw them the last event I saw them was I think the Nigerian national qualifiers for the global esports games. I think they participated in that as well. So but yeah, I saw them they didn't do too badly. They put a couple of points up in there, so a big respect to them. They've been doing their best to marginalize their numbers. Slick, Jesse, Schmook, they've been doing well enough for themselves so far, but they do leave a little bit more to be desired. But I'm pretty sure they'll turn up in the Clatter of Clans. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they perform in that regard as well. But we have them in hustle right now, so let's see if they're gonna crack into that top four. Fugitive Esports looking very soft, very nice in the middle of I believe that is Hacienda. Uh, Jerking around, no vehicle in sight. I'm not sure why one guy is just running all around here, but the Invincibles, on the other hand, have been on the receiving end of some visible chaos. Emperor has been knocked away here. Opportunity for them to work some angles and work some magic, but there's no chance for them to do something here because Ollie is taking them serious damage. Fortunately, Sean will pull up to the scene and hopefully he will be able to at least shield them from some more additional damage. They're getting caught off guard here. At least they will
Mm.
be able to hold off for the entirety of the onslaught coming in from the guys from Team Apex. Again, the eastern side, it looks like they will be spreading a little bit around the corners to catch a breath for themselves. But Apex, knowing them, they will take this fight. Kuma pulls up to the scene. He can hear Emperor around. Grenade is good. Might just connect onto Ollie's position. It does connect. Lands right in front of his head, bouncing off the corners there. He's getting tagged up from behind, but Emperor just has to jump out. He cannot get that reset. Again, another vehicle drives right through. Machine, on the other hand, as well, trying to work something, but Ollie, on the other hand, Kuma has been knocked away. Active is on the scene, and Apex biting off a little bit more than they can chew here. There's too many ops around them, and that is why this entire engagement has turned on its head.
Man, there's so many different teams within this vicinity. You can see that not coming through again as Nexus this time around will put Kuma to the ground, and you can see that Apex just deciding to move away from that position. They might still be able to get that revive to come through, but there's also the boys from Invincibles within this vicinity, and definitely the boys from Apex do understand that and would definitely be looking to get themselves out of that danger. It is JT who does first of all get into that cover, but there's still so much work to be done as Invincibles is also still lurking around. And you can see that 10 11 oh my god, I almost said 10 and 8 there. 10 11 is also, well, okay, it's not 10 11 actually. Wait, what? Okay, and it scrims nevertheless. Foul play is,
I think this is a foul play.
This vicinity. I think this is foul
play.
I mean, I saw Bego, so I was like, okay, yeah,
it's foul play.
It's fine. Everyone can be a mercenary. That sweet. Our merchandise is very sweet, looking really sweet.
I know, right? So, church area looking very, very caked up here. There's a whole lot of chaos going on in this area. As you can see, Fugitive Esports down to 2. Once again, Rezas trying to get that reset. Hopefully, it doesn't get re-knocked. Again, the violence starting to cook up. Grenade is good onto the left-hand side. Fails miserably to connect, but it's not looking like this is going to be a possibility for them to hold out this position any while longer. Because you can see there's a whole lot of chaos here. The spray is good, but unfortunately cannot do too much. Molotov cocktails flying all over the place, restricting movements. Rezas again trying to pop right through. The pre-fire was perfect.
Damn.
And it was able to do so much damage to his position, cuts his HP almost by 95%. And now Fugitive Esports running around like fugitives. Hopefully they will be able to survive this onslaught, but it's not looking too nice. Left-hand side. Spray is good. Connects 2 for 2. 2 knocks. Perfect position. Again, another angle. Confirmation to follow through. 3 knocked away. And hopefully might just be a confirmation. 1 versus 2, actually. Fugitive Esports tearing them apart. Jump shot might just be the order of the day. Tries to face through the corner.
Wait, what? What?
Hey! Hey!
I cannot shout. Wait. First of all, I have a couple of questions. There are a couple of questions going through my head. Now, number one, Volt is habitual gaming. That's number one. Number two, I saw Angelo. Is that the old Angelo, like from AD Angelo? Guys, in the comment section, let me know.
Question.
If that Angelo is Angelo that used to be AD, that's the first question. And then two, if Volt is habitual gaming. So those are the 2 questions. That's all. No comments. Every other thing, no comments.
Question, but I don't get the answer.
How do you see that? Wow.
I have no words, man. I have no words. But Rezas did a magnificent job there for Fugitive Esports. You gotta respect him, man.
Damn. Between him and Crib, they've been able to get themselves 5 eliminations and so far keep the hopes alive in this game. I mean, that was just crazy, man. That was just some crazy stuff. But anyways, it is what it is. So let's see. Let's turn our sights on to the boys from Invincibles and see. They're getting quite close to what's active gaming. They've lost one of the players. They've lost Rooney. We've gotten themselves 2 eliminations so far. It does look like foul play is also pulling up onto this vicinity where active gaming is at. You can see that that vehicle is in its last life right now. It's about to get blown up. Oh my god. From frying pan to fire as he does escape the balls from active gaming, but gets caught up by Nemesis from Mad. And it does look like there's pretty much no hope in this situation, Priest. I mean, he's definitely getting lobbied.
I mean, it's not too far-fetched, you know. He does have a little bit of cover, though. Something interesting might happen here. He might just get picked up. You never know. His teammates might decide to come and pick him up. He has a lot of cover to work with, actually. So there's a big chance that he can get him. There's a big chance he can get he can still get picked up. Nope, no, no, nope. He moved around too much. He didn't have to, and that is why he's going to be unfortunately hustling back into the lobby.
It is what it is. Quite a situation right there as he will get sent back into the lobby. I have to restart my emulator after this game because it's doing this thing where you can't see when because it's blacked out. So when someone scopes in, so I need to probably.
No, I can see the scopes just fine.
Oh, you can. Oh, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, take a look at Basky's scope right now.
Not Basky. It's this one. It's this guy.
Okay.
It's this guy. It's this guy. It's doing this black thing. It's
I can see. Oh, I was wondering where all of them. You don't go buy Aba emulator, Abi fire.
No. It happens sometimes. It just happens sometimes, and
first
you have to just restart.
I've actually never seen an active game looking like they want to descend onto the guys from Fugitive Esports. Again, we've got 11 teams in the card, but here comes Basky now looking for Rizas again, pop right through, and that will be the end of Fugitive Esports. Calls between a rock and a hard place, calls between Active and the Invincibles, and unfortunately they will not be surviving that engagement at all. Reels just lowering himself towards that eastern side, playing off of the angle. Invincibles will have to be very careful. They might be exposed if they're not too rigid with their positioning. Again, 9 eliminations for Active, but we've seen this before in the previous game. They were able to replicate this performance, but they did not crack it into the top 4. Hopefully the second time will be a charm for them, and they will be one step closer to getting into that Livic match.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if this time around they can get into that top 4 like you did mention. And see what I just count. They were just at that final line in the last game, but at the end of the day, it did not pay off for them. So we'll see if things would turn out to be a little bit different this time around. As it's not been quite the initial games. You can see that the boys from Invincibles are also lurking around this region as. We're seeing so much action going down. I'm just restarting my emulator so that I can get into those fights for you guys because I didn't want. All right, I'm gonna be switching on to RV. Aha! I knew what I was thinking when I was thinking like, who's RV? Relentless Valor. If you
really?
know, you know.
Is that still a thing? Okay. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's real, bro. That's real. Only the real ones know. Because back then, you know, Relentless Val, those guys were cooking. They were cooking back then. Yeah. They gave me a run for my money. I remember them. Yeah. When I still the odds. Ooh, on Solid Army though, getting caught out there, but return fire is perfect onto 56. He's gonna get knocked away if he's not careful. Slick on the other side. On Solid Army do have a very strong terrain defensive position right now. They can play off of it, but Choo will get the knock onto Schmook's position. On Solid Army in trouble right now. Grenade starting to fly all over the place. 56. About to turn this into a little bit of a nightmare position for the Unsullied. But they will be able to hold off just a little bit longer. An uphill battle to fight is always going to be a very difficult battle to fight. Slick is still on the back end, trying to keep them at bay, trying to keep the peace for the rest of his teammates. But again, the angles are so difficult. The terrain is still difficult. That is the Miramar style. But the reset, it looks like it is going to be coming along nicely. 56 has no idea now, and that is the beauty of playing the high ground. You can mask your positions easily. And now 56 is circling around, trying to find an opening. The play zone started to shrink through, an opportunity for him. But again, his teammates trying to keep them at bay. Slick getting up. Surely 56 will spot him and knock him clean off from that position. 56 again tries the other side, knocks him again. That's a beautiful touch. Play zone. Can navigate through the angles there. And Solidami looking very, very strong now. 56. Back into the lobby he goes. 2 players lost. Choo now will be the next victim. Another side. Again, he chops through. Beautiful touch by Mercy on Solid. Cooking left, right, and center. But he's going to be knocked away by Choo again on Solidami. Still looking very strong. But now they've lost 2. And hopefully they will be able to somehow find a way to survive moving forward. Smoke has the buggy. He might be able to use that to his advantage. But Wihu decided to pick up his teammate instead. I'm not sure that would be the wiser call, but Smoke will seal the deal, and that he will be sealed in 6th place. Unfortunately, on Solidam, he just couldn't crack the top 4 code.
Man. That was so unfortunate. The 2 teams at the same time getting flushed out of the game. So we had the 7th position and the 6th position. Now we will be turning our sights onto Active Gaming. They're pulling up that chart. You can see Nexus with that DBS getting really close to Sean as he will be sending him back into the lobby. So Active Gaming sitting down this time around with 12 of those eliminations, but regardless, they are in that 5th position once again. But this time around, they do have their full squad. So maybe, just maybe, they might be able to get into that top 4. And this time around, it might just well count for them. But speaking of counting, we still have other teams who are now beginning to make their rotations into that sweet zone. We got some action going down between Apex, and Apex is currently sitting down with just 2 squads left in this position. They've gotten a couple of eliminations to come through right there. Nasty will get thirsted, and Apex does have just 2 of the members left now. X is getting tagged up. What a lovely spray coming through from JT. And I'm assuming that JT is someone we know, but just has changed their name, right? I'm assuming that that's the case.
Yeah, that's Justin Timberlake, bro. Yeah, that's Justin Timberlake.
Okay, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, that's Justin Timberlake.
Stop.
Yeah, I know him. Oh, wow. Grenade is good from Active Gaming, sending the guys from Madness Esports back into the lobby, and unfortunately, they will not be into that top 4. Reals now circling the block, trying to find some more entry positions. I believe X from Ruthless Esports is just mauling onto that shack, but I think, owing to the fact that Ruthless Esports have already made it in to the top 4 in the previous game, so I think Madness Esports will be our next team to be moving into that top 4 as well. So big shout out to them. They just made it in. But Reals again with the MG3 connects 2 for 2. JT will be the victim, knocked away, sent sprawling to the ground. Fireboy trying to circle inside for Apex. Again, it looks very, very tasty for that position as Rage will send him back into the lobby with the Groza. Soul will spray. Rage is going to be knocked away. Fireboy with a beautiful grenade. Cuts him low. Sends him packing almost immediately with the UMP. Hops into his vehicle, but will he make it inside of the zone in time? It's not looking too likely though. He's going to get his foot on the gas. Tries to jump into the zone. And he does. Wow, he made it in, but he's gonna get blown away. That guy just summoned the power of family, because that is some Fast and Furious type of play, man. That dude summoned the power of Vin Diesel. Look at the way he flew just to get inside of that play zone. Fireboy firing away. Beautiful touch. Shuddering away from Apex there, but Active Gaming, Nexus cooking through. Foul play. Another team to crack into the top 4. Doing a magnificent job so far. And now, beautiful, beautiful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Nexus, and I believe that is a Rage against Pels here from guys from Foul Play. 2 versus 1 opportunity presenting himself right now. The chances are to not look a little bit too nice. Ooh, Pels has to be careful though. Molotov cocktail over the top. Should be able to do the deal. Should be able to seal it out. Switching off to the left-hand side. DBS in hand. Nexus again tries to use the grenade to connect the shots. Opportunity over right there. It's a fantastic grenade. Files. Oh, DBS will connect. Ladies and gentlemen, that will be the end of that. Active. I'll play Ruthless Esports, Apex, and Madness. So Ruthless Esports did make it. It is so interesting here that only one team here was in the top four in this game, and that's Ruthless Esports. So you have a brand new, top 3 teams plus Ruthless Esports, and that is so good. To see that these teams are not backing down at all. Beautiful performance coming in from Active Gaming. Averaging, I believe that was 18 eliminations. Big numbers. They'd wish this was the regular mode, but unfortunately, it's not. It's hustle. You hustle to get yourself close to that chicken dinner, to get yourself close to that 1080 merchandise. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't touch that down. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hop over. Stay strapped. We'll have 2 more games for you tonight, Sanok and then Livik. So stay tuned, stay ready.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the live stream. It is Hustle 1080's weekly Pubg Mobile Scrim, an opportunity for you to win yourself some exclusive merchandise for yourself and your teammates. And, look fresh, look fly, look dapper. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still here with Fire. Unfortunately, his camera is not on right now, but he's out there in the back giggling like an excited person, because he knows that Sanok is where the action is going to be very, very paramount. So we've got 51 people in the cut right now gearing for some of that action. Got an interesting lineup for you. So now we've got 8 teams already inside of that the top 12 teams that will be playing in the Livic game. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's head to the map. Let's see what Sanok has in store for us right now. Ooh, nice paint path.
All right. Let's go. We're seeing that playing part cutting across that map all the way from that northeastern region towards that southwest right there at Sami. And this does provide a lot of the teams several different spots to call their home. Now, we do know that the Boston Active Gaming are always heading towards that center position at boot camp. We're curious to see if they do the same in this one. Doesn't look like it, actually. Looks like they're heading towards another direction, but we're still probably going to be seeing some boot camp fight going down. So seeing some teams already beginning to approach those regions. I do think I see Apex heading there. So the fight now beginning to ensue right here, Priest.
Chaos. Ruthless Esports looking for chaos. Nasty down on the ground. Apex already on the ground floor, looking for an opening, looking for a way to get inside, to breach and break through. Machine with a grenade on the ground floor, trying to connect his shots, and he will connect that grenade all the way across. Ruthless looking for a way to keep the guys from Apex at bay, but Solitaire that is going to be a possibility there. But let's go, Noxing, clean off another one, but it does. Nasty again, tries the DBS, it does connect, but Apex will come out on top. 4 eliminations to them, and Ruthless Esports unfortunately have been sent back into the lobby.
What some amazing work right there coming through from the boys from Apex as they had Valesco. Hmm. Hmm. New new merchant in this scene. Hmm. Valesco and Machine doing a whole lot of work right there as they do get themselves 4 eliminations between them. And be curious to see how things continue to build up. But speaking about building up, we head all the way towards Painan as we do have First Tactics and UA already brewing around this region, looking to see if they can take those fights coming through. But look at that position that YouTube Breeze does have. He might just be the Trojan horse that does put in the work onto UA. Now UA has Messi currently knocked down. Prophecy might be able to get that revive to come through. Smoke has spotted that player, Breeze, who was making that move. So we'll see how this one continues to build up right here for them. Let's see. You can see Messi trying to get that revive. Currently, he just has the bandages to work with. Right. I'm now beginning to see that push finally coming through as Breeze does get into this vicinity. The DBS from Professor missing a bit, but the support coming through finally. But at the end of the day, while they were able to get that knock, but at the end of the day, it will be the boys from First Tactics who get that eliminations to come through. And it will be courtesy of Hawkeye. He got all the eliminations himself. You could say it's a squad wipe as he got those 3 eliminations finally to come through. Quite amazing work coming through from him. So we're seeing some early action going down, but that is not all of it so far. As all the way in that northwestern side of the zone, we still got the boys on their esports going toe to toe against Volt. You can see them. They finally have gotten that knock to come through against one of the players from Volt. And him is currently knocked down too as well. How may be able to get that player back up, but Angelo and the rest of his teammates are currently lurking around, looking to see if they can get that knock to come through. Priest, are you back with us? Let me see. Guys, it looks like we may have lost Priest for a moment, but we're still in on the action as Angelo will be knocked down. Hart continues with the dominance right there. She's able to put down another player to the ground. Habitual Gaming, Volt now currently have themselves a lot of work to do. That nade popping into that location will be sealing the deal and take them out of the game as Volt is not having quite the game that they probably would have hoped for, and they will be getting sent back into the lobby. So it's quite some amazing stuff and some amazing gameplay going down from the boys from Fugitive Esports. Now going out of this vicinity, they may have to deal with their esports. Their esports currently sitting down with a full squad. I'm not sure that they're quite aware of their position, but I'll be curious to see how this one continues to play out.
Sir, Hawkeye is relaxing here. He's been able to rise to the occasion again. 3 eliminations for him. And again, I think First Tactics did a good one by signing Hawkeye. I think the dues he has been paying today is starting to show off, and I think it will. They're looking forward to seeing more and more of him, as the tournaments and events, go by.
Oh, quite quick work we saw there as we did move into the Invincibles, and they took care of RV in just that quick session. And it's not just them, it is the man Sean X who's going to sit down with 4 of those eliminations, doing the work all by himself. Definitely some amazing stuff coming in from him. And man, Priest, what do you have to say about that? Just so.
I mean, Sean X was cooking, bro. He was cooking, you know? He was cooking. 4 eliminations, 1 versus 4, dealt with the guys from, I believe that was Ruthless Violence. Fortunately, they were not violent enough because they couldn't stop him, and the Invincibles will walk away with 4 eliminations there. Invincibles haven't gotten into the top 4 in any of the games so far, but I believe this will be the one. Third time is going to be his charm. And hopefully this will be able to spark something inside of their loins to get them going, to get them cooking. And again, their esports as well have not been able to find their footing either. And 33-10. So there's a lot to play for here,
Yeah, absolutely. The esports have a couple of teams around this vicinity too as well, but we'll see how this one continues to brew. Invincibles, who were in a bit of a tight corner, now find themselves in a situation as YouTube Breeze has taken out a couple of their players, and their star man, Sean X, has been sent back into the lobby. We missed that a bit. But my goodness, what a game for them. On the other hand, their esports was able to get some knocks right there. They took out those players from 33-10. And first Actics in front of Invincibles, putting in the massive work. Now Rooney might be in some trouble as he's also got Mash, who is just behind him. So they're pretty much surrounded right now from several different corners, and that will be the end of the game for the Invincibles. They've got one more game to try if they will be looking to see if they can get into that top 4 position. It's not quite gone their way so far. We still got about 8 teams in this one as First Actors continues on with their dominance, Priest.
Ooh, it's an unfortunate scenario there for the Invincibles. I really thought that this was going to be the game that changed things for them, but unfortunately I was mistaken, and nothing came out of this one. I'm not sure. There's no more games for them actually, Fire. That was the last one. The next game will be the top 4 top 4 teams that have been playing in the entirety of tonight. So I don't think the Invincibles are able to make it, unfortunately. But I'm not sure just yet. Most of the teams that I'm looking at right now, most of them have actually made it into the top 4, or rather top 12. But again, it requires a little bit more consistency than that one. The guys from First Arctics on the receiving end of some serious violence, one after the other. They start to fall. Hawkeye was the next victim. Now you might just under the bridge, trying to reset and repurpose his teammates there. An opportunity there to work through, but the DBS in hand, but he's going to get swept away immediately there. I believe that was by the guys from Foul Play. 10-11. Bego was the one to seal the deal there. Hopefully able to do something miraculous for his team, keeping them just inside of the running.
Quite a time for all of these guys, as we've seen some really incredible gameplay coming through. But now Apex is coming into that mix right there, and bodies just dropping. Woo! As they found themselves in between 2 teams, and the shots are coming through from both Foul Play and Fugitive Esports, and it just seemed as if there was quite an agreement between Fugitive Esports and Foul Play right there to say, hold on, ceasefire, let's take care of Apex together, and then we can get into our own little skirmish.
Apex just got a little bit sandwiched in it, yeah. Got super sandwiched, I might add. But again, the activities that they've been trying to work through there. But Bego sprays into Nubis, and he's going to be back into the lobby with the quickness there. Foul Play looking very, very strong here. But the play zone, unfortunately, not on their side. He will have to reposition. QWERTY trying to move along the angles there. Pels, he has Pels right in front of him. And Bego is still underneath the bridge. But Active Gaming all the way on the other side of the bridge, trying to cross through. Cross the possibility for proximity, for danger there. Nexus will spot Pels and sends him back away. Top 6 teams left right now. 17 players in the cut. And now just into phase 2 of the circle.
Man, quite an interesting one right here. Rage making that push onto Beko. It does look like Bego will be getting that knock to come through. He might also get that confirmation, and Bego currently just holding back the balls from active gaming and reducing the numbers. You can see the third party coming in through from Quetzi as he does get that confirmation and reduce the numbers for active gaming onto 2 players. So Bego currently holding things down for the boys from active gaming, sending that nade onto that position where Riley is at. He might just be able to do the damage and get that knock, but ooh, the damage being done by Bego finally does pay off, but not for him, for the boys from Fugitive Esports, and he continues to send on that nade. Look at see if he can get that final confirmation to come through. He wants that kill, he wants that smoke, and Riley somehow will get sent back into the lobby by Risas, and that does reduce the numbers for active gaming down to Nexus, and Nexus will be the last one, but they still have got Bego within this position, continuing to send in the nades, continuing to send in the shots, but quite a performance from Bego in this position, as he single-handedly has made sure that the boys from active gaming do not get themselves into that zone.
Beautiful play from Bego there, sealing the deal for the guys from Active. Unfortunately, they will not be making it any further. Now we're down to the top 5 teams. Fugitive Esports still waiting in front for Bego to rear his head, and hopefully they will be taking it off him. But again, the chances are looking very limited there. Reeves moving up a little bit closer there, but he's going to get tagged up heavily as well. Bego with a beautiful spray onto that left-hand side. Rizas will have to be very careful this time, because he's seen that Bego is not one to be trifled with, and DBS now switches off. Bego trying his absolute best, but he's trying to single-handedly take off the guys from Fugitive Esports all by himself here. He's trying, now switches to the DBS. He knows that it's not going to work, tries to work through. The first shot is there, but he's going to be circled around. Fugitive Esports will come out on top. And QWERTY unfortunately was knocked away there, but Fugitive Esports finally have cracked that top 4 code, and now here they are. They've made it. They have made it.
Yeah, even the boys from Mad, have also made it in. They've not gotten themselves into any fight so far. They lost one of the players. They lost Pharaoh, but in this game they were a bit more quiet, and let's see if all the teams getting knocked out. They do find themselves in that top 4 spot. So we'll be seeing them in the final game, as they will be battling it out with several different teams who have already made it. So great stuff. We'll see in that final game. The best of the best will be going toe-to-toe against each other. I'll be curious to see who finally comes out on top at the end of the day. But speaking about coming on top, let's take a look at that zone of where it's currently heading towards. As you can see, Cloud, their esports, and Mad are currently moving all the way into those positions. QWERTY gets knocked down. I feel like they are the ones who might be able to snatch this game, because they fought really hard, if and only if they can find themselves into that spot in that zone. So we're curious to see how that one does play out, Priest.
Yes, sir. His zone is looking very interesting here. We've got only 4 teams and a vast majority of zone to work with here. So most of these players and teams need to, circle the block right now. They know that they've cracked the top 4. So all they have to do is at least clamor into each other and do something about it. They know that they've made it into the top 4, so there's no need, for any kind of tactical plays. They just have to run in, eliminate each other, make it snappy, hustle. Basically what hustle is. When you know that you've made it to the top 4, there's no reason for you to get tactical all about it. Start looking for the eliminations. Improve your strategies, improve your gun skill. Improve the way you take positions, take fights, and take out enemies, and that's pretty much the idea.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. We'll see what that does mean, as the teams are currently making those rotations into that spot within that zone. their esports as well as Mad and several other teams gearing up for that final fight. But some Cloud also in the mix of things, so we'll see what this does mean. It does look like Nemesis and his teammate Euphoria currently just lurking around, scouting this region, looking to see where they can find a spot of their own. And they probably do know that they're already in the top four. So right now, definitely what they probably will be looking for is just action.
I'm well, I don't know if they know that they're in the top four because they are just a two-man team. So
Mm,
it's unfortunate that the the way the way the room is designed, I don't think you can tell how many teams are left, but I think you can see how many players are left, but not necessarily how many teams
teams are left. Okay.
those players make up. So I believe that it's all part of the aesthetic of whatever it is you're trying to play off of. But Nemesis will get spotted and knocked away by a Nestor. Cloud will be reigning over Mad Squad again. Might be a little bit of a tricky scenario here for them to work from that position to hold off on that area again. But you do have to love the entirety of how most of these teams have played from these positions. Moving into the last map of the night, Livik. As I can see, the guys from Mad and start cracking to each other there. Ooh, that's a nice spray from a Ness single-handedly. He's been doing a fantastic job for the guys from Cloud. He's lost two of his teammates, but that's not deterring him. That is not stopping him from letting those bullets fly. One touch, two touch, three touch, four. Who's going to answer when Anes knocks on the door? Here comes Fugitive Esports on the back end as well, trying to deal with him, but he's going to get tagged up immediately. He exposed himself a little bit too long there. Finally, Mad Squad will be back into the lobby. Now we're left with top three: Fugitive Esports, Cloud, and the guys from Dare Esports. Dare Esports finally have made it as well into the top four. So they will be getting ready to get into some of that Livic action.
And quite some great gameplay coming through from them. As we do still see Nez right here. So we're in that top three. The boys from Cloud have found themselves in. Fugitive Esports as well are also within the mix of things. But their esports are looking like the ones who may just be able to snatch this victory and get that winner chicken dinners. They do have the numbers to themselves, but we are definitely not going to rule out the boys from Fugitive Esports. But now we can see them just heading straight towards where trouble is currently lurking around, as Dami and his teammates are continuously sending in the shots into this position. Now the bullets are continuing to fly through from Quip. He did a little bit of damage right there, but Quetty is the one who would get that first entry knock. They reduced the numbers down to a 2v3 in this position. And you can see that Dami reveals himself a little bit, just giving Creepy a chance to send in the bullets into that position, but will not be connecting any of those shots, Priest. But they're currently the ones gatekeeping right now.
Fugitive Esports, they're doing their best just to circle around here. They've already lost one. Crip is the one circling on the block here, looking for that opening there against the guys from Dare Esports. Again, they are spread a little bit too thin, but again, the angles they are holding are very, very superior to Fugitive Esports position here because Quality is just circling, just jumping around and circling to block again. Damis here as well with a beautiful touch towards the left hand and right hand side. Again, he tags him up, but he's very low on HP. Circles again, the DBS, but he's going to get dropped with the Tommy gun. Beautiful touch coming in from Dami there. Dare Esports will come out on top. Fugitive down two players now. It's all left to Rizas, but Rizas is a danger. He is very capable. QWERTY back into the lobby he goes. Rizas will be the last one up. All the way in Camp Bravo. I don't know why he's all the way here, but as from there, esports will be looking like they will be circling this one and holding it out at least for the foreseeable future. And as we get ready.
All right, so let's see if Rizas can do it all on his own. Can he find a way to deal with the boys from Dare Esports? He's got a mountain to climb, in this one. Their esports has the numbers, but now he's approaching Arnes. It's pretty much going to be a 1v1 in this situation if he does decide to take on that fight. But Arnes putting in the work right there with that DBS and takes him out. But that being said, the final elimination coming through from the boys from their esports, and that will finally seal this third game of the night, guys. So we do got one more game to go. I'll hand you guys over to Priest now.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful, beautiful game coming in from the guys from Dare Esports. And yes, they got that chicken dinner. I think they got like, if I'm not mistaken, I think they had like 9 eliminations in that as well. So big shout out to them. They turned up, they showed out, but it's not over just yet. Livik is where we're heading to, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, by the time we return, one more map, one more match, and it is going to be Livik. Stay strapped, stay ready. See you guys in a few seconds.
with a beating, beating.
All right, guys. So we're gonna be moving into our last game of the night. So Priest is going to be taking a quick break. He has to go out. So I'm gonna be running you through the final game of the night all alone. I know. I don't want to do it alone, but I have to. Anyways, regardless, let's get into the games and see where all the teams are going to be landing. Okay, let's go. PUBG. What's wrong? PUBG doing PUBG things. All right, so we're seeing teams land pretty close to each other. We're already beginning to see some action ensue between this team. Esports already now beginning to take on those fights coming through. We've got about 9 teams in the lobby. You can see that confirmation has now finally come through from QWERTY. And we're curious to see how this one continues to unfold for all of these teams. Amazing stuff's coming through. All right, so Fugitive Esports currently leading the chart as they do push onto this location up against about some Active Gaming. Now, Active Gaming did not get into this game with Nexus. So they were currently, looking a little bit outnumbered, but now they have reduced the deficit, and newbies might get picked up in this position. But here comes Pharaoh, who's pushing up onto this location, looking to see if he get a knock up against Kwesi, but Kwesi will be getting knocked down as Fugitive Esports are now left with the one man, and it will just be Creep within this position. You can see that Pharaoh is pretty excited about getting that knock right there, as he does get that confirmation to come through. And on this other end, you do have Nemesis and Your Might, who are a two-man squad. I'm not sure what happened here. It might have been a mistake that happened, causing them to enter into the wrong slot. But we'll see how that one pays off. All the way up in the other side, it is their esports coming up against Foul Play. We'll see how this. All right, so here it comes. Dami and the rest are going to go against the boys from First Actics, but also pulling up into this vicinity is also the boys from Invincibles, as Sean does come in with the rest of his squad. So let's see how it does pay off for them. Does look like their esports are just going to be left with just her within that position, and it is proving to be quite a tough one. But speaking about things being tough, the Invincibles have now put up right next to Foul Play, and PlayStation trying to see if he can come in and get those knocks to come through. Pulls up onto that location, and he does get knocked down. And Sean X might just be getting revived in this position. All the way right here, you can see Sean X getting that revive. But speaking about things happening, this Active Gaming, who are now beginning to feel the brunt from the boys from Mad, as Nemesis does get that knock and the confirmation onto one of the boys from Active Gaming. Invincibles coming out on top in that position. I actually didn't know that players could return back. Oh, you can recall. Wait, what? You can recall. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So Basky has now come back into this position. And the recall has definitely now happened. So Nemesis now has it all to do in this position, as in the revenge coming through for the boys from Active Gaming, as Basky will now be getting sent back into the lobby. So I did actually know that you could actually recall in room. I didn't know that. All right, so your mic coming out on top in that position, and we'll be send the back home by the boys from Active Gaming. Basky getting his revenge onto the boys from Matt. So the boys from Active Gaming looking like they might just be able to seal this game through. They're currently sitting down with a 3-man squad. They've got a position within that zone, as you can see, all the way right there in Midstein. But the work is not done yet, as there's still their esports as well as several different players. And I think that revive has come through for the other guys. So I'm not too sure, because him is sitting down with him has been lobbied. So I'm not really sure what the rules are. I haven't played PUBG in quite a while, so I don't know. Like, for me, it's been like 2 months or more. I think it's more. We've been active in PUBG, been playing Apex Legends. Anyways, regardless, their esports are currently sitting down with a 3-man squad. They've got the Invincibles to deal with, as the Invincibles have got a full squad to their name. So we'll see how the two of them can contend with each other. It looks like we might be seeing something beginning to ensue between the both of them. The shots are beginning to fly, as we can see that Ollie is pulling into this vicinity. Me has got to be really careful. They're currently searching around, lurking, looking to see if they can get those knocks to come through. Invincibles are searching around. You can see Sean X currently just lurking around this position. Me trying to see if he can get that knock up against them. Basky from Active Gaming goes down. And Active Gaming also find themselves in quite a sticky situation as they're in between two teams. Active Gaming now have 2 players who are currently knocked down. It's just Riley who's currently left all alone in this position. Basky, who had gotten them 2 of those eliminations, has now been sent back into the lobby. They'll be looking to see if they can make those wide rotations to come through. But that now does leave their esports going up against the boys from Invincibles, and we'll see how that one continues to play out. It's a 3v4 situation with Sean X and his boys looking like they can actually seal this game through. We'll see what continues to ensue. Now it does look like Ollie's putting into the vicinity. Sean X gets that knock on Cammy, but me might just be able to provide that surprise. It looked for a second like he was going to do it, but now it is 2 players from Active Gaming. I think it is Riley's, but Rage does look like he's coming back up. Will Active Gaming be settling for that number 2 spot in this game? That is a 2v4. The numbers are stacking up against them. Or will they look to see if they can snatch this game away from the boys from Invincibles? Now Riley's hopping down from his vehicle, looking to see if he can come in to this position to pretty much surprise them. And Ollie just moving away because he scanned this area before, not quite aware that Riley's is pulling up. If they can get one early knock up against the boys from Invincibles, then this may just provide them with the situation that they do need. So we'll see how it goes. They may have spotted Rage. Rage on the other end comes right next to Ollie. Is able to get that knock coming through. Oh, but the number is just too much for him. He could have done with his teammates there. But the support not. But what he wanted, but here comes Riley. He's able to get another knock to come through. Now it has reduced to a 1v2 situation. But Diablo is on that building, living up to his name, Evil. And Riley's trying to see if he can get that extra knock to come through up against the boys from Invincibles and see if he can do the damage that's actually required. The revive has finally come through for Emperor as he has gotten back up. But let's see what Riley's can do. He's making that fire rotation as he continues to circle around. They're not quite aware of his current position, so this might just work out well for him. If he can get another knock onto one of the players from Invincibles, it might just be able to pull this one off as he just get that knock going in for that elimination. And here comes Diablo pulling up into the scene. If he does get this knock to come through, he might just be able to do it. It does look like he's able to drop yet another player, so he's reduced the numbers now to a 1v1. And Riley, being the main man, has now got just Sean X. It's just him and the last man, Sean X. And can he pull this off? He's holding the nade, but Sean X has been brewing his for quite some time. They both are not able to connect those nades. Oh, but it does look like Riley's nades actually does some damage onto Sean X. It might not be aware. Sean has been able, but Sean spots him and takes him out of the game, thereby stopping the squad wipe coming in from Active Gaming. Definitely some lovely effort from Riley as he almost pulled it off right there. But amazing stuff so far in the game for the night. I do hope that you guys found it quite interesting. And for now, that will be all from us at 10 and 8 and we'll be back for some more action same time next week. I hope you guys enjoyed the Scrim, and we'll catch you guys next week. From us, it is bye-bye for tonight, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. See you then.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch that's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out, and I'll lay your shit bare. See, I'll leave with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rotten in the deep. You have my heart inside of your head, but you played it with a beat